The theory of tectonic plates states that Earth's crust and upper mantle are broken into plates that float and move along a plastic-like layer of the mantle. Tectonic plates explain how many of Earth's features form. This map is showing us a picture of each plate boundary. If you'll look to the right of the screen, you'll see divergent, which is one type of plate boundary, convergent, and transform. These are three types of plate boundaries. These are the three directions our plates can move. If you'll look on the map, you'll see that the divergent plates or the divergent boundaries are highlighted in green. The convergent boundaries are highlighted in purple, and the transform boundaries are highlighted in red. You'll also notice on this picture that the plates take the shape of the continents that they're around. So if you look in the middle at the African plate right here, if you look at the shape of Africa and then the shape of the African plate, the shapes are very, very similar. Same thing with South American plate. The shape of South America and the shape of the plate are very similar. So the plates of the Earth don't just consist of the continental crust, but they also consist of the oceanic crust that is beside the continental crust or attached to it. The first type of plate boundary we're going to talk about is a convergent boundary. When you think of a convergent boundary, you want to think of two plates moving together or colliding towards each other. In each one of these pictures, you see the arrows pushing towards each other, causing a convergent boundary. At a convergent boundary, geological events that occur are mountains being formed, trenches, volcanoes. Also, we have subduction zones, which is when the denser oceanic plate goes underneath a less dense continental plate. And you'll see that subduction zone as you see that plate going down, if you'll follow where I'm showing you on the screen right now. So that part that goes down is called a subduction zone, kind of like a submarine goes down. So does this plate because it's more dense than the continental crust. The second type of plate boundary is a divergent plate boundary, and this is where plates are moving away from each other. So these plates are actually dividing or moving away from each other. When this happens, we get what's called a mid-ocean ridge, which is kind of like an underwater mountain, and valleys can also occur here. Along with those, volcanoes can occur, like with Iceland. Iceland's actually right in the middle of a divergent boundary, which Iceland also has volcanoes. If you look at the picture here, you'll see that the gray part of this picture is our oceanic crust. So this is under the surface of the water. And as these two plates move apart, it allows the magma to come up and cool off, creating new oceanic crust. So new sea floors being created at a divergent boundary. The third type of plate boundary is called a transform boundary, and this is where two plates slide past each other. So when you think of a transform boundary, think of plates sliding in opposite directions. When this happens, it causes the crust of the Earth to slide past each other, which causes friction, which is what causes our earthquakes. Whenever we have any land or crust slide past each other, it's going to cause the Earth to shake, which is an earthquake. You'll see in the picture, this is called the San Andreas Fault, and this is actually a fault that goes right through California, and that's why California has more earthquakes, because you see this plate going down and this other plate is going up. So the North American plate and the Pacific plate are going in two different directions, which is causing earthquakes along the San Andreas Fault. Now that we've talked about our 3 plate boundaries, it's time to review. We have our divergent plate boundaries, which divide or separate, convergent plate boundaries, which collide to each other, and transform plate boundaries, which slide past each other. You also need to know the different features that are caused at each plate boundary. Divergent boundaries have faults, valleys, mid-ocean ridge, and volcanoes. Remember, divergent boundaries are where those plates are dividing. Convergent boundaries form mountains, volcanoes, trenches, and subduction zones. Convergent boundaries, remember, those plates are colliding or running into each other. And transform boundaries are where we get earthquakes. Make sure that you are now completing your question section of your notes and also your summary. Make sure you use these new vocabulary words that you've seen in your summary.